Just one of them feels, man. Just made me wanna do something. This shit gon' make you move like this. 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 This shit gon' make you move like this.
All right, what up, though? We're here at Digital Labor Studios here in Detroit, and we are having our second episode here for Hold the Applause. We have R2G here, ready to grind, with Simba J and Loose Cannon, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what they have going on. They just released a song, Move, number 82 on iTunes Hip Hop. They just released a video, which is super dope. Like, they had the little skits and stuff in between, so it's definitely something different from the usual video here in Detroit. And then they also have entertainment company, and they're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So we're going to get right into it. I'm going to let Luce go ahead and take it first.
Hey, well, sure. What's up, man? Good morning. Top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, I go by Loose Cannon, man. One half of R2G. Used to be three of us. Used to be three of us, you know what I mean? But eventually, it's two of us now, and we've been really in our bag with what we doing, man. We're an independent company. We fund everything, at our label. And the agreement I got with everybody around me is, for everything you put up, I'm gonna put up right behind you. You know what I mean? It's a team effort here. I ain't throwing out big advances, so for everybody who think we throw out big advances, get that out your head, man. You gotta put the work in. That's why we call it Ready to Grind. R2G was a name that was just brought up because it's like everybody around us, we gotta grind. You know what I'm saying? So it just fit. At first, we was kind of like skeptical about the name because we ain't want people to like to compare us to no B2K or a 3LW, three-letter type groups or whatever. But we don't give a fuck about what everybody else doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? We stick to our craft. We have fun with the music, and we try to bring back the fun into hip hop. You know what I mean? We try to convey that you can be a street nigga, you can be from the streets, and you don't necessarily have to go drill or go do some some wild stuff. You know what I mean? We have fun. We enjoy what we do. So I'm the CEO of the company, Street Noise, and I'm gonna land right there.
Sweet. Yeah, and I really felt that in your recent track, Move. It had a very fun concept. I mean, even the music video, you guys were in the hood having a good time. Yeah. Had the funny instances of the neighbor coming next door to bang on the door and stuff. So I feel like you guys get that fun energy within your music. And I kind of want to give Simba a chance too to talk about that and how he feels about the direction that you guys are headed.
The direction we're headed in, it's limitless. I mean, I put us up there next to Silk Sonic, Anderson .Paak, and Bruno Mars. We can, how they're versatile in a lot of different ways. You never know what single they're gonna drop next. What their Sonics, pun intended, is gonna go. We're the same way. We can do Move. We can do a club song like Watchin'. And we got more music out that'll show our versatility. We can do it all. We sing, rap, produce. Both of us produce. He DJs. So it just multiple streams of income. We always look forward to just putting our creativity on display, and that's why our potential is limitless, because we have so many lanes that we can go into. You can't put us in a box. We're just a music group.
Yeah, and I watched one of your interviews previously, and you talked about how R2G was brand. And what you're saying sounds very similar. You guys aren't a duo. R2G is something more. So can you talk a little bit more in what you mean by that?
Well, R2G, I mean, prior to the group being formed, me and him brothers. Not we're brothers, you know what I mean? Not blood brothers, but, we tied in like that. I've been knowing Simba J going on 10 years, and we met at the Motown Museum. We were both tour guides. So I was a tour guide there. Then he later came to the museum. And at first, I ain't gonna lie. At first, like, you know, Jory came through, cool guy, always, you know, one of the best people I know. But at the time, it was like, you know, I was doing my thing. We just lived two different type of ways.
Yeah.
And eventually, he was like, you know, man, you know, we should hang out, man. We should go hang out. Woo, woo. And I was like, okay. But in my head, I'm like, hell no, man. I ain't got to hang with this motherfucker. So
Yeah, he spent me a couple different times.
I was like, you know. So eventually, it was a situation where all the coworkers end up going out to hang.
Gotcha.
And we were in the same room, and as we were out and actually kicking it, we like, damn, I didn't know you was like this. You know what I mean? Like, It was literally, like, when we first met, it was kind of like, you know, on my end, I was judging off rip. You know what I'm saying? But when I got with him and actually got to talk to him and, you know, see where he was at, you know what I mean? Mentally, I'm like, yeah, this dude, he all right. And we ain't looked back since. So once we both left the museum, we already got all this knowledge of music. We wake up every day, we singing to people from all over the world, talking about music every single day. At this time, Simba J, he's not doing nothing musically. He just loves music, but he's not rapping. He's not singing on records. He's not producing. And eventually, he will come to the studio. And he'll come to the studio damn near every other day. And eventually got his the MacBook. That MacBook old as hell. You need a MacBook.
Get you an M1 chip.
Yeah, man, got turned up. But the MacBook, he still got it from back then, and he ended up buying programs. You know, he started with the GarageBand, all those stuff that come with it, and thought started producing, and it was blowing my mind because I'm like, damn, this motherfucker here. I've been doing this since I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? But it was so much inspiration and us bouncing ideas off each other and just so much creativity. He just blossomed into this artist out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's deeper than a group. It's really some like family, you know, orientated things going on in our camp.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Do you feel like that like family aspect is what helped with that drive of like picking up a laptop from scratch and like being able to get to where you're at?
Oh, for sure. Because when I first started hanging around him, you know, like, because I always wanted to do music. You know, throughout life, I was in choir at church and been singing since I was 4. I dabbled a little bit in GarageBand, but they were whack and everything for a minute, and I didn't have the patience when I was like a teenager to really try to learn. I was like, oh man, this sounds crappy, like, you know. And I did poetry throughout life as well. You know, I just didn't put everything together until I started hanging around him and the whole crew. Well, it was just us back then.
Sure.
You know, so like, and I didn't want to be just some person hanging around at the studio. Oh, that's dope. You know, I was like, no, I want to add something. I want to do something. You know, and so that's why I started. You know, hey, I got GarageBand. Let me play around with that. Let me learn the system, and then let me invest in myself, and let me get Logic Pro X. And so I started learning. I did the beat for the intro to his album, Loose Minded.
Facts.
You know, and that was, I played him. He was like, that's the intro.
Yeah.
He didn't even question. He was like, yeah, that's the intro. That's the sound he needed. And over time, I just grew and grew. And I wanted to, and I always had this plan, like, the sooner I get into beat making, maybe I could start rapping to my own beats. Maybe I can start to do this and that. And the more I hung around them, especially with him being a world-class rapper that he is, just an overall artist.
World class. Talking shit.
Exactly. You deserve to talk your shit.
Appreciate it, man.
I mean, think about it, bro.
Yeah.
Think about what you've been through your whole life.
Yeah, man.
And being around so many talented, well, him being so talented, that naturally rubbed off on me. And especially when you're around rappers 24/7, it starts to rub off on you. And I'm like, you know, I think I could put some stuff together. Yeah. So one day they were rapping to a beat, and I was like, oh man, I love this beat. And you know, when you feel something when you listen to certain music or beats or something like that, I felt it. So I was like, what's the name of that beat? They was like, such and such, wrote it down, went home, wrote like 16, 24 bars.
Yeah, he fucked us up when he came.
And I came in, hit play, and I just started rapping.
Yeah.
And they was like,
I damn near cried. I ain't gonna lie. When
you get emotional.
Yeah, when he got in the booth and he rapped that verse, I was like, man, what the fuck going on, man?
Yeah, and I had been with the camp for maybe a few years, and I never rapped or anything like that. So it just like came out of nowhere for a lot of people. But this was all a part of my plan.
Yeah.
You know, to fully just submerge myself in just music in general and just cover different avenues. But after that day, you know, because at first, you know, when you first do something, people think it's a fluke. So you got to do it again. Mm-hmm. And so I just kind of had to keep proving myself, because these are guys that have been rapping longer than I have. And they're a lot cooler than I was, especially at that point. Okay? I did not have any swag back then. So
I can relate.
But look at me now, people. Yeah. Look at me now.
Yo, imagine him. I was mad that he cut his hot. He had a crazy hot top fade.
Oh,
if you would have had that shit smooth, that'd have been great. But that motherfucker, he had a hot top fade. I was like, man, I'm not hanging with this guy, man. This motherfucker here, he ready to go to a house party, literally. Nah, you my dog, man. You my nigga for real. Like, Simba Jada came a long way, man. And I think that's what attracted me to moving forward with the R2G, or even entertaining the R2G situation, because I, as a CEO, I have to put my artists in position to be able to step out there and be received. So with him being a new artist, it's like, okay, how can I get Simba J out here to when Simba J drops a single, motherfuckers know who he is, or gonna go support. You know what I mean? I just don't like to have people around me that just want to be around me. It was certain motherfuckers around me that's no longer around me that just wanted to be around me. You know what I mean? I have people, you know, some people that's in this room even hit me up like, yo, my nigga, I know you like them, but think about it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a point where I had to really evaluate the circle. And it wasn't even me. It was like God evaluated the circle. It was like he just started dropping motherfuckers out of the picture. You know what I mean? And this is one dude that never dropped out the picture. This is one of those people who believes in putting up to make the dream happen. I never have to ask him for nothing. It's like protocol to him. Mm-hmm. Man, we gotta shoot this video. What we need? Boom. Man, we gotta do this. What we need? Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? But it was people around me where it was like, oh, we gotta do that. Make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But and want to reap the benefits. You know what I mean? If some shit pop or if some shit blow. You know what I mean? Bunch of leeches, but real genuine dude, man. And we working. We got a crazy album we finna put out. So.
And it's crazy how the formation of the group kind of met at the same time when I was getting a lot better at rapping. Like I was coming out, okay. It was solid.
Timing was perfect.
And then R2G. And then it just fit perfectly. You couldn't have timed it better. It was fate, honestly. Mm-hmm. But it's been a pleasure being able to grow, especially with this team, with this camp. Especially, dude, I've been knowing him for almost 10 years. Mm-hmm. You know, like this is my brother, like our family. My mom calls him, hey, fake son.
Fake son.
You know, well, ain't my son, but you kind of like my son. You know, like our families know each other, you know, so, you know, this is probably gonna be the best man at my wedding, more than likely.
100. Just 100 like that. Name a group like that.
That's the. I mean, I got a guy too. You know, like me and him are like brothers too. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like that's why I feel like I can relate a lot to like what you guys are talking about. Like I'm definitely more like you. Like I have that like internal thing. I only say things like when they need to be said. Mm-hmm. If something needs to get done, like I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Actions speak louder than words.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So like I relate a lot to you, and understand that like you spoke when the time was right, when you were ready. And I think the fact that you made the environment comfortable enough for him to even be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people would just be trying to do their own thing and not support like the people around them and make them feel comfortable out coming and be like, I'm gonna do something I haven't done ever, you know? And then that comes with a shock factor too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that was like also a huge part of it, and it all comes down to like that family aspect of the environment. So definitely gonna close it out right now though. I know we've been like saying some dope things.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, but I want to give you guys a chance to plug in what's coming with the new album, and then also where people can find you guys.
Alright, I started off, man. Loose Cannon, man. This new year coming up, 22. I got a lot of things in the can ready to go. I got a lot of records ready. My album is finished. It's called Now or Never. Production from many people, majority me, you know what I'm saying? Some dope features on that joint. I don't want to really speak on it till it's out and about. R2G, we're currently in the studio. We were in the studio last night working. We're trying to wrap up this project. A lot of visuals on the way, a lot of music on the way. Simba J's, so I'll let you talk about that, so I ain't gonna bring that up. But you know what I'm saying? Follow on Instagram, man, Loose Cannon 1. You know what I mean? That's Loose with a Z. Make sure you follow R2G at official R2G. You know what I'm saying, on Instagram. And just watch what's finna happen. This shit finna go. You know, we want this more than ever. So it's like at this point, again, that's why the project is called Now or Never. It's like we finna shoot this gun and we finna hit some bodies with this one. So that's pretty much on my end. Just get ready. It's finna go down heavy.
You know what it is. Simple.
Only speaks when he needs to. That's it. Mike's up.
Right. Yeah. Well, especially on my end, Simba J's end, I'm working on my single. It's gonna be called Back Up On It, world premiere.
Tell them who it's produced by.
Oh, it's produced by. I forgot who was produced by.
Cash Money, shout out to Cash Money.
All right,
AP,
yeah,
man.
Cash Money AP. Yeah.
That's gonna be hard.
So
That single hard. I'm sorry. That's I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, so it's called Back Up On It. I'm working on that, getting the finishing touches on that. I'm also working on my own project, little EP, a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Appetizer. You know, just to get my feet out wet, get my name out there a little bit, show that I can also do things outside of the group as well. You know, and mostly R2G and just trying to make us better, make the camp better. You know, and also shout out to all the fans out there that are tuning in. You know, thank you so much, because our video for Move is over 100,000 views on YouTube. Over 100,000.
Yes.
So thank you. That's a big move on your part.
And we got a plaque on the way coming in Tuesday.
Ooh.
We got iTunes sending that plaque through, so thank all the fans for real. Number 82 on the iTunes top 100.
Exactly.
Do you know what the fuck? Do you know independently, nigga, what you gotta do to get on that shit?
A lot.
You niggas is on SoundCloud going up, but we on iTunes, nigga.
We different.
What we talking about? What we talking? I'm sorry.
No, you can. Dope. No, this is a great conversation. Good start to our artist features for this interviews. And I'm gonna close it out saying I'm Ashe Moro. You can find me at ashe.moro. Hosting Hold the Applause. Make sure you keep tuning in, because we are gonna keep bringing in artists here. We're about to send this out to a whole bunch of people, so it doesn't stop with this one. And make sure you hold the applause, because it's never over. Peace.
And that's a wrap.
Digital Labor Studios.